So my name is Guadalupe Macias. Everyone likes to call me Lupe, and I'm making my Design 100 project over traditional gold necklaces. So that is the artifact I have been researching and discussing over the past semester. I thought it was something very different and something that often wouldn't be recognized as like an artifact, you could say. But after having been in my Design 100 class, I realized that there's so much I can do to research and to know about this artifact. To do this documentary, I figured, instead of reading so much or just finding sources that, just like old things, I was like, why not just go one-to-one and interview some people from different ages and just see what they have to say about the use of these necklaces and what they mean to them and things like that. I thought doing the research and one-on-one interviews would be the best idea. I went off of the design thinking mythology book that we've been using in class, and just interviewing and having my target audience like being the main thing that I interview would be one of the best things I could do. For my research, I decided to start off at Wiki like a lot of people do. I feel like it's a good source to start off if you don't really have an idea of what to look for. But as I went in through there, I found that the most common thing was that gold was a big part of the Catholic Church. It's used to represent, you could say, higher power. And what I found very interesting was the pictorial cross. Um, and I went based off of this, and I assume that this is one of the main reasons why people use um, crosses and symbols to show what they are representing, their culture, their religion, and things like that. I often feel like power is the main component of this, and it represents um, your standing in the world and what you're representing to everyone else. One of the best ways to find out real life information is to do interviews with different types of people. And I decided to pick three young women um, to let me know all about their experiences within the culture, the community, the religion, and their experience one on one with their gold necklaces and how that has impacted everything that they are going to be discussing.
So my name is Karen Ariola, and I am a student at BCTC. I am 19, and I identify religiously as a Catholic at St. Peter and Paul's downtown in Lexington, Kentucky.
I don't believe in everything that the Catholic Church, what they tell you to do, like what they're for, basically. Not as much as my parents are. Some things I think it's okay, but I wouldn't name myself a Catholic because I don't believe in or agree with most of the things that they teach and show others.
My name is Marisol Morales. I grew up going to church with my grandmother, but I don't really title myself as a Catholic person, just kind of someone that believes in God. Yeah, that's it.
So, after having heard from these three ladies their introduction about themselves, I have a brief understanding that some of them are religious, and at least one of them isn't fully there or isn't content with their religion of being Catholic. But during the videos coming up, we're going to be able to ask them a couple more questions and see how they really believe gold necklaces have come into our practices and in our culture.
Yeah, I have a gold necklace from my baptism that my godparents gave to me. I think it's like good to stand out and have like your own thing. It's just like having like a ring for quinceañera or something like that. I think it's good. It's fine.
Don't really remember, but I grew up with a necklace around my neck most of my childhood, but I think the one time I remember getting my first necklace was my baptism in Mexico by my godparents. I didn't really know what it meant, but it was jewelry.
When I was younger, like a baby, I had just a regular gold one, but I'd always break them in school, so my mom stopped buying them for a while. But those were just gold, and then when I turned 15, that's when they actually bought me like a medallion. So, and that one was of the Virgin Mary.
So, one of the main reasons why I decided to pick Latinas and in specific women who have had experiences with necklace is just to get a better understanding of why designers and culture around us have made this such an important aspect of our culture and of our lives.
Um, Okay, well, my necklace, it doesn't have any meaning to it at all. Like, it's just for show, honestly. But my baptism necklace, I don't feel anything, because I've been wearing that, like, for a long time. I don't think it has, like, made a change in my life at all. I've never experienced, like, any type of connection with God. So, I don't think a necklace is gonna, like, make me have an experience like that just because it has a saint or Jesus or something engraved in it. I don't think it has a big meaning to it. But I do think that people could be maybe treated differently if they have like a saint on it, or like just to show that they're religious towards other people that aren't.
I think necklaces kind of started as a culture thing, as a religion thing. And then once people really started wearing them and people started noticing them, it turned more into a trend. And so now kind of everywhere you look, you see gold necklaces, but not all of them have I don't even know what this is called, but usually it's just the chain itself. Or I guess designers just see people, I don't know, having desire for gold or desire to look like they're financially stable. So I want to say it's more of a trend now.
I don't know. I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like it connects others. Like if I see another person with a gold necklace, I'm just like, yeah, I know. It's just a knowing thing. I feel like I don't know. It connects us as a community as well, and then like you could relate to it later. Like sometimes my friends are always like, "Did you guys ever have those gold bands or necklaces when you were younger?" I'm like, "Yeah, we did." It's just a funny story, and like worldly. I don't know. I guess you see the Pope with it sometimes, and other like bigger people, I guess, and it's just like, oh, I should have that too, in a way. So.
I think the ones that have like the Virgin Mary on it are the most popular. Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to like say something like I said before, like just because they don't want to seem like they're showing off, so they'll put like Virgin Mary on it, so it'll be like a religious thing, like a normal thing. I think gold chains show a lot about you. For example, like your style, like the way that you like to. It depends on what kind of chain you have. Like just having a gold necklace itself, it shows what kind of style you have, what ethnicity you are. It shows how religious you are, how humble you are, how much money you have. I mean, yeah, I think it does show a lot.
Overall, I never really thought about the gold on me. It was always just kind of a thing for my family. My mom always had just different types of gold accessories to wear, but I never really thought that it fit with the religion. She never really mentioned it. She never really explained it to me. It was just more given to me. But being older now, I pay attention to it, but I still don't really think much of it. I don't really think it defines our culture, but it's just more like an accessory for our culture. I don't really know. I'm not really religious. My family's not that religious, but they seem to be just because of what they wear.
I never saw it like that. I always just saw it was a way for people to connect more, like, with their churches and stuff. But I mean, it brought the churches and whoever's selling it money too. So it could be seen as greed as well.
It does make you look more wealthy, including like not only you but your family too. The difference between like somebody having a cross on their necklace and somebody having their name on their necklace, there's no difference. I don't think there's a difference, because either way it's gold. I don't care if there's a saint on it. It doesn't mean that you're more humble. You still chose to get gold. Like you could have got some.
So, after having conducted the interviews and having asked these particular questions, my interviewees actually, after interviews, would discuss that they never really had thought about this topic and that it's important to talk about things that haven't been discussed because, they bring out a little bit of a more realistic viewpoint on some of these things, like how the Catholic Church is, very involved in money and power is very spoken of in the religious part sometimes, even if people don't want to, admit to it, it really is there and it is important to discuss this. In conclusion, I will never really find out all about the background and the meaning, and I mean that's okay because it is a very complex artifact to discuss. It's an artifact that isn't being really talked about enough because of its background. Like, oh, like who dare talk about the religious Catholic people? But my goal in this was to understand the meaning behind it all and what other Latinos think about this because it's something to actually, it's something important that needs to be discussed. Um, so I'd like to thank everyone for watching.